guys ready to make some slime today? My name is Hana. I work in Charlotte County Libraries and History, and today I hope that you have picked up a slime kit from your local library, which is full of all kinds of goodies that will help you make slime. So our summer theme this year is Tails and Tales, which is all about animals. And this week we are focusing on imaginary creatures. So we've got some hopefully really fun things for you to put into your slime that will make you think of dragons or unicorns or mermaids. So in my kit that I just opened up, I've got my slime activator in the squirt bottle. I've got some foam beads. I think they're styrofoam. I've got a little bit of clay. I've got white glue. I've got an empty container, which is for you to store your slime in after you've made it. And I've got a bottle to, I guess, dye my slime. Now there's all kinds of different things, so just depending on what kit you get, you might not have these items, you might have, oh, actually I brought them so I can show you. It's possible that you might get a baggie of glitter to put in. We've got these different colors of smaller foam balls, so you can kind of make like a crunchy slime. We've got beads, lots of different kinds of glitter. So these are more like, I think all these pieces of glitter are hearts. These glitters are different shapes, so there's stars and flowers. And there are even, these are mermaid tails, so you might get a mermaid tail in your bag. All right, so here's all my setup. I got some paper towels just because making slime can get messy. And I'm gonna start by opening my bags, opening my glue. So our slime activator is made with borax. So I put just a 1/4 teaspoon of borax for every 1/2 cup of water. You can find borax, it's like I think most people use it as a detergent before it became famous for making slime. So you can find it, you know, at your grocery store or Walmart or something. If you got any dye to put in your slime, you're gonna wanna mix that with your glue before you put the activator in. So I'm just gonna start with a little squirt. And I'm gonna mix it up. Let me grab my little spoon. There we go. So I brought these little spoons, but I think a regular spoon from your utensil drawer would probably work even better than this little skinny thing. Okay, so look at what color, it's looking nice. It's getting really light now that it's all mixing in, and I think I'm gonna make it a little darker. Oops. Little plastic piece from my bottle fell in. Yee. Making a mess already. So you know, the more coloring you put in there, the darker your slime will be. That looks like a nice pink. Okay. So I've got my ink and my glue, and I'm gonna start adding activator now. So just start with a little bit and keep adding until your slime starts to look like the consistency that you want. So I just put a little, and I'm gonna mix it in. It's already starting to solidify. Yeah. Once it seems like it's mostly one solid clump, you can use your hands to mix instead of your spoon. Making slime is so interesting if you think about it. Like, what is this? What's happening to our glue? Ew. So glue is a polymer. It's made up of long repeating strands of molecules, and these just flow past each other in a liquid state. But then you add the borate ions into the mixture and it starts to connect the strands together. They tangle and mix up, so it's not so liquidy, it becomes thicker and rubberier. Slime is called a polymer. Is it a liquid? Is it a solid? I think they actually call slime a non-Newtonian substance because it's really not a liquid or a solid. Ew, this is still really messy and slimy. So I'm gonna drop it back into my cup and I'm gonna add a little bit more of my activator. The more you add, the more firm it will become. See, now it's all starting to pull off of my hands, so that is nicer. Get all this extra off of my hands and clean up my table a little bit. I hope you were ready to get messy today. So you can see I really didn't use much of my activator. So if you have glue and your own activator, you can use the remainder of this activator, or you can use another one that you may have gotten from another kit or something and make some more slime. Okay, it's starting to look pretty good. Do you guys like your slime to be more on the firm side or more on the slimy side? This one's feeling pretty firm, which is okay for me. I like it. Just keep kneading it like it's a dough. You're gonna make bread. The more you knead it together, the better it will be. If you got clear glue in your kit, you can add a little bit of water to your clear glue and mix it before you put in your activator, because I think the clear glue makes an even thicker slime than the white glue does. Okay, I think I have kneaded it and played with it. And now I want to add in the other things that I got in my kit. Get all the bits of slime off the table. So I got the foam balls and the white clay. So I think the clay is gonna help me make like a phloem, kind of. A nice foamy slime. So, by the way, I heard that if your foam is a little dried out, you can just add a tiny bit of water and it will loosen right up. So I'm just gonna mix this in. This is kind of fun to play with all by itself. I feel like this is a great workout for your fingers and hands. That looks cool. It's like a little pizza. I'm gonna put my toppings on my pizza. These little foam balls are so staticky. They stick inside of these Ziploc bags like crazy. But I got all mine. Now I'm gonna squish them into my foam. Boop, they're running away. Look at that. It's like a flat birthday cake. Whoop. So you guys know, when you're following a recipe, make sure you read the instructions all the way to the end before you start following the steps, because you might get surprised by a step at the end. If you're having trouble making slime, I find a lot of times that's the number one reason, is because you didn't read all the instructions first and then you got yourself into trouble. If your slime is too sticky or too hard, there's a few things you can try. Like, I'm losing foam balls down, so sorry parents. Kids, make sure you clean up after yourselves, okay? Especially with glitter in these little foam balls. Okay, so let's talk about how we can avoid failure, slime failure. So the first thing is your ingredients. You want to make sure you have the right thing. You need a washable PVA school glue. Not all glue is the same. I think there's more problems when you're using clear glue. It's less stretchy over time. But when it turns out right, it's so awesome to have like a transparent glue that can look like crystal. If your consistency of your foam is not right, it probably has to do with how much activator you used. So you might have used just a little bit too much, or you might not have used enough. So you've got to try to make sure you knead your slime really well. It's super mixed together. If your slime seems too sticky, make sure you have taken the time to knead it first before you add more activator. Okay. Well, I'm not sure about these foam balls because they keep falling out, but as I knead my slime, it feels really cool in there. Look at the bumps coming through. I think I would like my slime to be a touch stretchier. Is there anything you could do to make it stretchy again, or make it stretchier when you make it? I've seen people say that you can add a little bit of lotion or warm water. I think using lotion might help, but you kind of have to add a lot. If you replace water with lotion while you're actually making your slime, I think maybe that could help it last longer, but I haven't actually tested that. Obviously, adding lotion doesn't work if you have a clear slime. You could try a warm water bath. Put a little bowl of warm water and let your slime hang out in it for like 30 seconds or a minute. it can loosen it up a little bit, because the more warm your slime is, the stretchier it'll be. So if you have a rubbery or a hard slime, lotion didn't make any change, then try the warm water. Okay, I think mine is as mixed up as it's gonna be. I hope you had a really satisfying slime making experience and that it wasn't too messy for you. So like I said in the beginning, we gave you a little container that has a closable lid so that you can store your slime for a little while. If you have clean hands while you play with your slime, it really should be able to last you several weeks, I would think. I mean, it doesn't last forever. Eventually, it's just too hard. Let's see if I can make it fit in there. Oh yeah, look at that, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna store it in this clean container, and every time I play with it, I'm gonna make sure I have clean hands. That way it doesn't get stinky or gross. All right, everybody, I hope you had a good time. Bye.